Evening people, welcome back to the channel. Sorry about the delay, just firing up the stream. My name's darksmoka. Tonight we're bringing you P1RC. So this is the Thursday lobby of the new Mazda series they're putting on. So we will be using the Mazda touring car today. There is a Sunday lobby as well. P1 are quite a new group, just starting to gain members, so they've had to split lobbies. Real good bunch of lads. So tonight we've got a 40-minute race. We've got a 20-minute quali for you first of all, which they are just jumping into now. Just have a quick look who's in the room. Oh, it's all gone wrong. Raoul, Rear Wheel, Steve Scooby, myself, West Ham Daz, Baggy Snails, Big Les Kun. Good to see Baggy Snails back behind the wheel. Don Dotter, Dizzy AL3's in the room, Job 72's in the room, and new driver, the Scraffinator, is in the room. So new driver to P1 this week. He's been chucked in this Thursday lobby. We'll have to keep our eye on him, see how he gets on. So I don't know whether he's actually started quali yet. Chuck all the gubbins on. Yeah, looks like he has then. Hunty, evening mate. How you doing, my friend? All right? How did you get on in the minis and the Mazdas, the charity thing on Monday? How did you get on? So nobody putting in hot times in the minute. We are the short course of Lago Maggorie tonight. So Raoul then, he's not first man out on track actually, it's this man here, Scraffinator. CJ, Smoker, evening brother. One in the minis, third in the Mazdas. Fair play to you, Hunty. Yeah, CJ said the other day that you'd been pulling out wins left, right and centre. I've seen a few from you in the old minis. So then, Big Les Kun currently holding P1, 48.5 for him, top spot. Oh, he's just been pushed out by Jarv 72 and Raoul Cien. So 48.2 for Jarv, and 48.5 for Raoul. So good to see the boys rocking the FU Cancer logo on the car. Just see if we can get a better look. Blam! That one there. FU Cancer. One on the sides, obviously, pretty good as well. That one. CJ will enjoy that. So Big Les Kun being pushed into third then. He's using Scraffinator for a tow down the start finish straight. Scraffinator's just put in another faster lap, so he's on a 48.5. Getting that corner a bit wrong there. He's being pressured by Big Les. Currently pushed down into fourth then. Kablamo! Yes, right, CJ, you know it. Rear Wheel 72, so he's on a 48.9, currently fifth place on the grid. Maggie Snails, as I say, good to see this man back behind the wheel. If you've been paying attention to the streams, we did an FU Cancer race on Monday. It was between the P1 boys and the Next Gen Mini teams, and it was the FU Cancer race, kind of for this man here and Stewie Mac as well. But for anyone else that's been through it, gone through it, going through it, it's a tough one. But yeah, good to see Baggy back behind the wheel. In 8th place for him at the minute. Steve Scooby in 9th. And Don Dotter just currently parked in the pits. So just 10 drivers in the lobby at the minute. So Jarv 72 putting another fastest lap. 48.1 for him then. Sure, he changes his livery every week. Yes, I saw in the group chat, mate, that Baggy's joining you. I think he's dragging one or two in with him as well. A few of the other lads fancy it as well. So be prepared for a few more of the P1 boys on a Wednesday night. It's the team versus team race, the GT3s. I commentate over, and CJ does post-race commentaries on. He also streams his stuff live, his GT3 stuff. So go check him out. CJW Racing. I'll put a link in the description below. Jarv 72 then pushed into third while I've been chatting. Dizzy's put in a 47.6. Big Les Kun is putting a 47.6 as well. As I say, we are at the short track tonight. Let's go for a bit of a ride on board with Big Les. So around this naughty first left-hander and then hard on the brakes for the hairpin. Careful not to run it wide through that one. Of course, usually does go straight on there, but it turns right now. Quite an easy one, just got to let off halfway round. Not to run wide, full power through the S's. So just on the back of Steve Scooby. So firing up the hill and then hard on the brakes for this hairpin as well. It's almost a hairpin. Again, be careful not to run it out too wide. So Big Les Kun using Steve Scooby for a tow, looking to better his time even more. He's actually just helping out Steve Scooby there, trying to better Steve Scooby's time for him. So that is a quick, short course of Lago Maggiore. Just back through the pack, make sure we're not missing anything. Yeah, Dizzy's still holding the top spot with that 47.6. Big Les Kun right behind him as well with a 47.6 as well. So Jarv on a 48.1. Was currently holding P1, but been pushed back a space or two. Scraffinator then, new driver for P1, currently holding 4th place on the grid, 48.5 for himself. Ralcien. Now I know, I don't want to give away his tactic, but I know there's a few of these drivers that kind of hang about till the last sort of few minutes and then put a death-defying race on. So let me just have a look at settings for tonight. So as I say, it's a 20-minute quali and a 40-minute race. We've got boost off, slipstream is on strong, so you will see plenty of overtakes in this race. With this short course as well, it does make for some great racing. Damage is on light, so that will repair itself as they go around the lap. I'll keep losing all my things. Sorry, people are chatting. Yeah, man, P1 boys are good, aren't they, CJ? They're a good bunch of lads. Yeah, no problem. See you later, CJ. Good luck for tomorrow if I don't speak to you before. Have a good race, mate. That's just me giving CJ a bit of props for tomorrow's GTTCCs. That'll be me racing as well tomorrow night, so stick around for that. It'll be a little less professional than this, a lot more swearing. So as we just run through the settings in this lobby then. So tyres are on times 10, fuel is on times 4. They start with 100% fuel, so full tank. Grips on real, so bop is off, so they have wound the power all the way up on these and the weight all the way down. So light as you can get them and as powerful as you can get them. Medium tyres only, tuning is off, penalties are on weak, and you're only allowed ABS and traction control. But oh, just catch West Ham Daz losing that Mazda, giving us a bit of a ballet lesson on the way through there. So yeah, Baggy Snails then 9th place for him at the minute. It's a 10-week series. As I say, first race tonight, Lago Maggiore. This is what's known as the centre track. Next week we're at Brands Hatch Indy. The following week we've got Kyoto Park Miyabi. The week after that we've got Tsukuba. And then on the 14th of November we've got Red Bull Short Course in the rain as well. That'll be interesting. And on the 21st we've got Suzuka East. And then on the 28th, Streets of Willow Springs 2, that'll be an interesting race. 5th of December, we've got Tokyo Middle Inner Loop, that'll be in the rain as well. We've got Dragon Trail Gardens 2 on the 12th, And on the 19th, if Gran Turismo decide to drop Spa on us, there'll be a race at Spa. So that's the 10 rounds coming up. Let's just flick through, make sure we're not missing any movement. Dizzy still holding that top spot. Big Les Kuhn still holding second spot. Rao now pushed himself up into third with a 48.0. So Big Les Kuhn just come in the pits then. He has burnt off a bit of fuel. So he'll stick a new set of rubber on. Won't bother filling up fuel because that'll just slow him down. Just staying out of the way. Some of the other guys come through on hot laps. Yeah, so Rao's put himself up into third then with a 47.8. He's pushed Jarve down another spot into fourth then. Steve Scooby currently holding fifth, 48.5 for him. Halfway through quali as well. The boys got a dark smoker sticker or two on their car. Shabloom, like that one. Well, that one, shabow! So good lads, thank you very much, appreciated. West Ham Daz just ghosting out in 8th place. Aggie Snails got back up into 9th. Sorry, left all the times off. His fastest lap not on there actually. Straffinator now sitting in the pits, no hot lap back for him. Say halfway through quali, still 10 minutes left, 9 minutes left. Dizzy obviously getting it a bit wrong coming out of that hairpin then. He's back up to pace. Yeah, I've only had a quick go at these cars. They are good fun. Then maybe just taking a bit of a drinks break or something. Wheel 72 currently holding 6th place on the grid. 48.6 for rear wheel. Another 48.6 there. Having a go, Maggie Snails, so what's he going to put in then? 49.9, so he has bettered his time. I don't know why it's not coming up blue in that, unless he keeps getting a penalty. Let's just follow him round. Like you might be on a pad tonight, Baggy Snails. Some jinky steering going on there. He's almost off track on that last corner as well. So still no blue times. I'm not sure what's going on with Baggy's timing. Everyone else seems to have got purple or blue sectors. Blue time, sorry. This is off the bottom of the list there. That's for Big Les Kuhn. I think this was like lap 5 or lap 6. So all the guys just holding position at the minute, no movement. Don just coming in for a fresh set of rubber. Look at the front of your car. You cunt. That's right. Don Dotter. Step down a bit ghosted now then. Back up into 9th. Dizzy and Big in the pits looking for fresh rubber. West Ham Daz just managing to keep it on track through there. faster one at 47.2, just extending that gap where Rowell's put in a faster one as well, 47.6 for him. Just pushing Big Les down into third. I wonder if that's what's happened to Baggy Snails. I wonder if he's put a time in, left him come back, and he's just not registered his fastest time was on his first sector, if you like. So Big Les Kun just staying out of the way of Scraffinator. So he's been out of the room and come back, currently holding 3 seconds penalty as well. So he's got a 48.7, that's kept him in 5th then for now. 72 and Don Dotter using each other down the start-finish straight. Steve Scooby then still currently holding 7th place, Don Dotter 8th. This time Dad's just on the side of the track. Getting it wrong coming into the pits maybe, I'm not sure what's going on with West Ham does. Maybe a bit of a glitch issue going on. He seems to be back on track now. Maggie Snails then still not managing to get out of 10th spot. Let's say, I'm not sure if he's back on pad tonight. Doesn't look very glitchy your steering tonight, Baggy. He's had his time reduced by Rowell then, he's put in a 47.4. So just a 10th of a second off of Dizzy's time now. Oh, he's just put in a faster one, so what's he put in, a 47.1. So top spot for Rowell. So Dizzy being pushed back into 2nd then, Big Les Kun, 3rd place for him. 12.72, just currently in the pits. 3 minutes left in this quali. Steve Scoob, so he's moved up into 5th then, 47.8 for Steve. He's down in 7th, Scraffinator 6th, pushed down, so 48.2 for him. 72, 48.4. 7th place on the grid for rear wheel at the moment. Don Dotter just 8 thousandths of a second off his time. He's had a good run though, his rear wheel. He's got past Don Dotter through there. He's just lost the back end of that Mazda though. So we'll just stick with him, see what he puts in, see what Don does as well. So another faster one for rear wheel 72, 48.3 for him. 7th place still on the grid. Don Dotter not managing to stick with him, so still on a 48.4 for Don. Again, West Ham in the pits. Baggy Snails, as I say, struggling down in 10th tonight. This is his first time back behind the wheel for several weeks. Might not even be behind the wheel, it might be just behind the pad. So Dizzy then still putting in hot laps, trying to better Rowell's time. He's under pressure from Scraffinator though. Don Dotter's followed him through as well. So he's coming towards the last chance now with laps being 47 seconds. Possibly only get one more in, maybe 2 once the counter ticks over. Back up into 5th. Don Dotter and Baggy just having a little conversation at the side of the track. West Ham does still in the pits. And here we go, Baggy Snails. So everyone kind of just getting ready for the race now. They're just slowing down, pulling over. So this will be an absolute last ditch effort now. We've got 30 seconds left on the clock. So they will be able to squeeze one more lap in with the run-out counter as well. It's about 30 seconds. A minute maybe, so they should be able to get this lap in. Let's Cunn's run it wide. Dizzy's not bothering. He's obviously happy with his P2. Raul Cien's still out on track. He's ghosting those, so no point in Hos laps. Big Les Cunn's still out on track. He's looking to better that 47.6, possibly stick himself into P1. So he's also ghosting, so that's his chances over. Jarv's parked up, Steve's parked up, Scraffinator's still trying to better his time. He's just decided to pull over. So this seems to be it. Dizzy giving us a few donuts. Scraffinator also giving us donuts. That's what we like. Dory, evening mate. Good job, Scruff. Bit of entertainment, why not? Oh, Dizzy's let us down now. Yeah, so that is literally it. I would have thought lobby host will be starting the race any second now. So he's just parked up at the side of the track. Scraffinator parked next to him. As I say, 40-minute race tonight and this short little course. Plenty of cars in the lobby. This will be some good racing action tonight. Make sure you stick around. Also just waiting for Steve Scooby. Looks like okay. Steve Scooby's probably just disappeared for a bit of a toilet break. We have started the final then. So let's stick with who's going to be P1. Raul. Let's make sure we're on board with Raul. So your grid order is Raul in first, Dizzy in second, Big Les Cunn in third, Jarv in fourth, Steve Scooby fifth, Scraffinator in sixth, Rear Wheel 72 in seventh, Don Dotter in eighth, West Ham Daz in ninth, and Baggy Snails bringing up the back of the pack in 10th. So we'll stick with Raul. So full revs, lights are on. This is not the best view to see the lights. So good start by the guys that I can see. Change camera, damn you. There we go, that's a better view. So everyone getting off the line really well. No chaos down the start finish straight. Clean so far, so Baggy Snails has made up a place. He's up into 9th, looking to make a move on Don Dotter already. So straight back into the front. Raul then has managed to pull out a little bit of a lead, just 0.4 of a second. We've got Dizzy and Jarv and West Ham, and Big Les Cunn in a fight for second place now. Steve Scooby's looking for a dive down the inside, as is Scraffinator. He's gone wide, he's lost the back end of that and caught Jarv 72, and he's now facing backwards. So he'll be looking at the back of the pack for that. So it's unfortunate for Scraffinator. Maybe just getting a little bit excited on lap 1. So Raul's still up in front then, and he's managed to break away a little bit more of a gap from Dizzy. Steve Scooby's now up into third for all that chaos through the last turn. So third place for Steve. Good bit of driving there, mate, to fight your way through that chaos. Big Les Cunn in fourth. Rear Wheel 72. He's made it through that melee into fifth as well. Jarv 72 just got caught in that and put him down into sixth. He was fighting for P2. West Ham Daz in seventh. Don Dotter, he's also got caught up in that eighth place for him. Baggy Snails up into ninth. Scraffinator we saw facing the wrong way on the track. He's kept it on track this time around there though. And he's closing the gap on Baggy Snails. That coming down slowly. So I have just missed a move at the front. So Dizzy was in P1. Raul's got the inside line through that corner though. So back up into first for Raul. Dizzy's right on his rear bumper though. Probably nothing in it. Snail's losing a bit of time to West Ham Daz and falling into the clutches of Scraffinator. So it's a six-way train at the front then. All six of these managed to get through the carnage into the last turn. Dizzy's looking for a move down the inside on Raoul. He's got the move done, but Raoul's going to have the inside line for this hairpin again. Knows his lines, does Raoul. Side by side with Dizzy then into turn 3. Dizzy just having to back out. He's on the outside line through there, so Raoul getting the better run. So Big Les Kun back up into 3rd, pushing Scooby down into 4th. Jarv 72, he's just run himself a bit wide through there. Let's see if he picks up a penalty for that. It looks like he might have got away with that. West Ham, Rear Wheel 72 then, just making sure he's keeping that space. Makes Jarv go the long way round. Dizzy's going for another move on Raoul. Sorry, missed it. So Dizzy then getting a good run through there, taking that place off of Raoul. So surprised Raoul didn't make his usual move and cut Dizzy off there and just keep that inside line for that hairpin, but down into 2nd then under some pressure from Big Les Kun now as well. Big Les Kun's right on his rear bumper. So he'll be looking to keep this place, Raoul, if he's not careful. Big Les has just had to pull out the way, he's getting a bit close to him, possibly pushing down. Raoul's making a move back on Dizzy. So it's 3 wide then coming through the last turn. Big Les Kun still right on the back of Raoul. He's dragging Steve Scooby Rear Wheel 72 with him. Jarv 72 is right on the back of this fight as well. So 6-way fight for P1 at the minute. Oh, bit of contact. So Big Les Kun's been pushed down into 6th through that contact. Then Dizzy still out in P1. He's made a bit of a break. 1.2 seconds he's away from Raoul. So it looks like Raoul and Big Les Kun got into a bit of a tangle maybe. So Steve Scooby up into 3rd through that then. Just half a second off the back of Raoul. He's got Jarv 72 for company in 4th place. Jarv's got past. Oh, so more chaos around the last turn. Rear Wheel 72. Jarv's got past Rear Wheel 72 in the end then. West Ham Daz been pushed down to the back of that pack. This Les Kun then having a nightmare through that last turn. Ploughed into the wall, now down in 9th place. There's another good fight going on at the back here for 7th, 8th, 9th and 10th. So Don Dotter just keeping that place. Steve Scooby looks like he was in 3rd a minute ago, so it looks like he's had a bit of a nightmare. A little bit of contact between Steve and Baggy Snails. Baggy Snails and Big Les Kun having a little bit of a moment as well, so that's just allowed Don Dotter to disappear up the road a little bit. Why that jumped to him. So Don Dotter's now got a 1.2 second gap over Steve Scooby behind him. That gap coming down though. So just make sure I'm not missing anything in the front. Still Dizzy holding P1. Raoul Cien close to him still. He lost a bit of time, but he's made that up. Jarv 72 then up into 3rd. He's been chased by Rear Wheel 72 as well pretty closely. And West Ham Daz sticking with his pack, 5th place for him at the minute. So a good race for West Ham Daz. Scraffinator into 6th. As I say, we did see him pointing backwards at one point in the race and at the back of the pack, so through other incidents he's managed to get himself back up to 6th at the minute, but he is 5.4 seconds off the back of West Ham Daz. And he's got Don Dotter closing him down. He's managed to make more of a gap over Steve Scooby, 2.7 seconds that gap then. Steve Scooby is dragging Big Les Kun. Big Les Kun was in a fight for 3rd place, but ended up coming together I think with Raoul. Ended up spinning off track on the last turn. So the best of races so far, Big Les, and Baggy Snails unfortunately back down to 10th again. So not having the best of races tonight is Baggy, but as I say, he has not long come out of hospital. He is still in recovery, so give him some credit. He is back behind the wheel, probably earlier than his missus would want him. But, yeah, not having the best of results tonight, but still he's getting back involved, which is good to see. So Dizzy and Raoul still fighting it out. Raoul looking for a bit of a move down the inside, but now Dizzy's got the inside line through this hairpin. So he's picked up on Raoul's move and decided to use it against him. Drive 72 then, he's back on the back end of this fight. Rear wheel's pretty close as well, so what is there? Less than a second between these four. So we're on to lap 10 already, and only a second between them, less than a second now. It's just extended a little bit to 1.5. So Dizzy again holding that P1 around that lap. So again, Raoul's going for the same move. Can Dizzy keep it around the outside this time? Yes, he does. So Raoul losing all sorts of traction through there. He's allowed Jarve 72 to almost make a move on him through that second corner. Now looking to get straight onto the back of Dizzy. So again, short laps, fiery cars with the slipstream on strong. It does make for some really, really good racing. So rear wheel 72 then, just sitting at the back of this pack. Maybe just waiting for a moment, waiting for a bit of an incident between the guys in front, and then sneak through and take the win. Now I've predicted it. Now I've predicted it. Now I can hear myself flipping it. I want to see that happen. So Scraffinator then under some serious pressure from Don Dotter. Don Dotter looking for a move down the inside. He's got that place, but has he run himself wide? Quite. He's compromised through that hairpin though. Scraffinator's going to have another good run on him on the way out of there. So into turn 3 then, Don Dotter mounting the curves, trying to do everything he can to break Scraffinator's toe. So down in 6th then for the Scraff. Steve Scooby, Big Les Kun still at it. Scraffinator's just going to make a move on Don Dotter there, not quite close enough though. Might get a move on him down the start finish straight. So it's still all kicking off at the front there. Raoul now to P1. So using that same trick around the outside, but can then get the inside for this hairpin. So Jarve 72 and rear wheel still sticking with these pair. Still a good four-way fight. Rear wheel's just been dropped a little bit. So just under a second off this fight. Losing a bit of time to these guys. Dizzy then side by side with Raoul into the last turn. Raoul getting a slightly better run out, but Dizzy's not letting him get away with it. He'll get a good toe down here. So Dizzy's already looking for a move early on, trying to get in front before Raoul can pull the usual trick and stick around the outside for turn 2. So Dizzy's played a blinder then, so he's got turn 1 done and just shut the door on Raoul, closed that right off on him. So keeping that top spot for now then, Dizzy now down into 2nd. Jarve 72 3rd still. Rear wheel's back in this fight then, he's gained all that time back. It's a good four-way fight still. Don Dotter and Scraffinator still at it. Look at Big Les Kun and Steve Scooby still at it. And West Ham down, so he's 10 seconds back. And unfortunately we've lost Baggy Snails, so maybe in a bit of pain and just decided to dive out. Fair enough, that's quite warranted. I don't want to hear any noise from it, alright? Raoul then, he's managed to make a bit of a break from Dizzy. He's 0.8 of a second down the road from him at the minute. So Dizzy's closing that gap back up, like I say, with a slipstream on strong. It is easy to close that gap, but it does allow for better racing. The only downside to it really is if you are, let's say this man West Ham Daz kind of racing on your own. If you're fighting against these pair who are almost towing each other around the track, you're just going to lose time, which is unfortunate really, because it just means you can never get back into the fight. Unless someone has an incident or an accident, then you can get back into a fight with someone else, but very difficult to get back into the fight if people are helping each other out, pulling each other down the track, etc, etc. So let's just jump back up to the front, still kicking off between these two, Dizzy and Raoul. Nothing in it between them still. Jarve 72 is still in there with it. He's not making a move either, he's quite happy just to sit in third. So again, possibly waiting for one of these two to make a mistake and take advantage. Dizzy's done another pulled out, he's looking for another move onto Raoul. We know how this one's going to play out. He's going to take a mistake from one of them for this not to work. So Raoul then, keeping that line through T2. Dizzy was trying to take the inside line through there on that second half of that hairpin. He's trying to push Raoul around the corner. So they have just dropped rear wheel 72 again by about 0.8 of a second. But he will be able to close that gap up. As I say, with the slipstream settings on this, it does allow you to catch back up to a bit of a fight. So Jarve 72 looking for a move on Dizzy then. Not quite close enough, didn't quite get the run out the corner he wanted. Go on board for a lap with Jarve 72 as he's in the middle of this fight between himself, Dizzy and Raoul. So around that T1, this hairpin. Rear wheel 72's come right back into this fight. So just losing a bit of traction as he dipped his wheel on the sausage curb there. Again, using all the track, it's good to see. Hard on the brakes then, not quite just coasting into there. So not looking to make moves then, Jarve 72. Looks like he's quite happy to just stay out of the way. Oh, sneaky Diz. Dizzy was trying to run the old fake-a-rooney there, didn't quite work. Decided to stop out instead, but he has jumped himself up into P1. Let me throw myself up to Dizzy and we'll have a look back from Dizzy's point of view with Raoul chasing him down. Now looking to make a move into the last turn. Dizzy's keeping it defensive, making Raoul take the long way round. Jarve 72, rear wheel 72 still in this fight. Now Jarve's making moves on Raoul. Should have just let that run wide and kept the power on Jarve. Look at that, that's ridiculous how quick they are with the toe. So he's just giving Dizzy a bit of a shut down there. And that's going to allow Jarve to make a bit of a move on Raoul. Can Jarve now keep the inside line through this hairpin? He does. And he's looking for a move past Dizzy as well. Quick change camera because it's all kicking off. Oh, so Dizzy just managed to keep that place then. So it does say Raoul in second, but it keeps swapping over. So it's now Jarve in second. So keeping that place then, Jarve up towards the last turn. And just taking the defensive line as well to stop Raoul making a move through there, or rear wheel 72 behind him as well. So Jarve 72 then just deciding it's about time he made a move. Let's see if either of these guys, no one decides to fake a pit move this time. So 3 wide coming down the start finish straight. Raoul managing to get in the front. Dizzy just having to tuck in behind, but will Jarve keep that second place? Again, he's made the same move, get the inside line into this hairpin. He has run himself very tight on that hairpin. May pick up a penalty for that. Looks like he might have got away with it. I'd have given him a penalty. I thought that was way off track, really. Holding P2 then, Jarve. Doing a good job as well. Dizzy in third then, was holding P1, fighting it out with Raoul. rear wheel, just tucked away in the background, just waiting for his moment. Dotter and Scraffinator still at it. Big Les Cunt and Steve Scooby then still at it. So Big Les Cunt has made his way up to 7th. Let's just push Steve Scooby down into 8th, and West Ham Daz 10th place for him at the minute. So almost halfway through this race. I think I might have missed it. It looks like West Ham Daz has been in the pits. Looks like he's on some pretty fresh racing mediums there, unless he's just not thrashed the crap out of them like the other lads. West Ham Daz and Steve Scooby and Big Les Cunt, they're both pretty worn out, so I think West Ham Daz has put himself in the pits. So Raoul's back up into P1. Dizzy's making all sorts of moves all over the track. Trying to put Raoul off, undecided on which way he wants to go. Raoul then holding P1 into lap 23. Dizzy making a move, not quite close enough. Just trying to stick his nose on the inside of Raoul there, just let him know he's there, not allowing to take the super tight line. So these three then still at it. They have dropped off rear wheel 72 by 1.3 seconds. Dotter's closing him down as well. Looks like Scraffinator's had a bit of a moment. He's now dropped off the back of Dotter, 4.8 seconds back. It was about 0.3 of a second off his rear bumper a minute ago. So possibly gone a bit sideways through one of those corners that we've not seen. Dizzy's back up into P1. Raoul's back up into P1. Stop it, boys. It's confusing. So rear wheel 72 has got back into this fight, and Dotter's right on the back of this, so it is turning back into a 5-man fight for P1. Scraffinator 5.2 seconds back from Dotter. So out of that fight at the minute. Big Les Cunt and Steve Scooby, although they are closing that gap on him a little bit. So he may just have to watch out from an attack from behind then, the Scraff. So West Ham does that gap to sticking at 20 seconds, 20.4 seconds, the gap between himself and Steve Scooby. All out on his own for West Ham Daz, unfortunate. We have lost a driver tonight. So West Ham Daz just having a little bit of a race on his own. It is only the first race of a 10-week series, so plenty of time left to gain those points back. So it has started to just break up a little bit here. Dotter getting into this fight again. So just made rear wheel 72 and Jar have to think about going defensive a little bit. So Dotter might take that place off of rear wheel 72, but rear wheel 72 will have the inside of the line through here. But yeah, Dotter knows that move far too well, so up the inside into the hairpin, taking that place off of rear wheel 72, pushing down to 5th then. Not a lot to worry about from behind. Scraffinator losing a bit more time to rear wheel 72, 7 seconds back. And again, he's got Big Les Cunt closing him down rapidly. Steve Scooby's just dropped off that fight by a second. So maybe Big Les Cunt just got the bit between his teeth after seeing Scraffinator spin off track, wants to go and take that place off of him. Steve Scooby though, he has claimed that time back, 0.6 of a second. West Ham Daz, he has just lost another second to these guys, so 21 seconds back then. Zuzims is in the room, unfortunately he won't be making this race. So Raoul's still currently holding P1, Jarv P2. So we have got people coming in the pits. It's just where's Dizzy gone? I think Dizzy has come in the pits. Yeah, Dizzy's been in the pits, fresh set of racing mediums, half a tank of fuel, that will see him to the end of the race. So we'll just keep an eye on where he is on track in relation to everyone else. Let's see if Raul comes in. So Raul's decided not to. Jarv's come in. So everyone faking pit stops tonight. It's the move of the day. So out in front then, Don Dotto up into second through that though, but these yet to pit. River 72 also third place for him in a minute, yet to pit. Dizzy has pit, and he is, what is he, 13.4 seconds off of P1. So Jarv 72 has been in, so he's back into the fight with Dizzy. Just keep an eye on where these pair come out in relation to Raul, Don and Rear Wheel 72. No, they've stopped out again. Don Dotter's stopped out. Raul stopped out, and Real 72 has also stopped out again. So they will have to pit. Don't get me wrong. They won't make it to the end with the fuel they've got. So Don Dotter having a bit of a storm. He was down in 8th at one point in this race. Into second currently. 72. He's just been hanging off the back of the fight up front, but stuck with it. Just see whether his strategy pays off. So Dizzy and Jarv then getting into it already. Jarv looking for a move down the inside. He's up into 4th place at the minute. Can Dizzy get cut back onto the start finish straight? No, so good move by Jarv then up into 4th place. Stopping out for as long as possible by the look of it until they're absolutely out of fuel. Cars will be lighter, and then they will have to put on a fair old chunk of fuel to finish the race, but the cars will be still be pretty light. And they get the benefit of the lighter car now as well, even with the worn tyres. So Don Dotter now looking for a move on Raul down the inside. He's just decided against that. They pit this lap. Raul does actually pit this lap. So let's keep an eye on Dizzy as they come. Dizzy and Jarv come around the last corner. Don't get embiggled with it now, boys. You want to be making up as much time as possible. So let's see. So Raul's still taking on board fuel as those two pass him in the pits. That's them going past now. So out the pits then. He's not that far back. 1.7 seconds, 1.4. So he's got just under 3/4 of a tank of fuel and racing mediums. I don't know why he's taking on 3/4 of a tank. So Rear Wheels chucked himself in the pits. The last to do so. West Ham Daz, I think, who pitted early. So Don Dotter's not pit either. That's the other one. So he stopped out. He's got 12.6 second lead, 12.9 second lead over Rear Wheel 72 in second place. But he will definitely have to pit this lap. He's on absolutely fumes on his tank. He's only got 14 minutes of this race remaining. So we'll see where he comes out in relation to this man who's currently in P2. Wheels all starting to close back up though, so Dizzy, Jarv and Raul are getting back into behind Rear Wheel there. Just saw that in the background. Here they go. We all at it again down that T1, T2 move. Dotter then is coming out in 7th place after that. I did think he had a bit more of a window to make some time or make some places up, but oh no, he's come out in 5th. He does does that sometimes, people, when it comes out the pit, sticks him in a position and then decides to stick him in a completely different position when it comes out the pit. So 5th place for Don. What is he? 6.6 seconds off the back of Raoul. It's going to be difficult to gain that time back. So rear wheel then, he's played a bit of a blinder. He's up into P1, a fresh set of tyres, just under half a tank. He's been chased down and closed down by Dizzy AL3 in 2nd. Jarv 72, he's just having a move made on him by Raoul. I don't think he saw that coming at all. So Raoul just having to duck out of that as Jarv turned in on him. So Raoul in 4th place then. Don Dotter losing a bit more time, 7 seconds back from Raoul. Scraffinator, he's 3 seconds off the back of that fight as well. Bigles Kun, he's chasing down Scraffinator. He wants to take that place off him before the end of the race, definitely. So he's dropped Steve Scooby, 7.5 seconds. That has brought West Ham Daz, who unfortunately, just getting onto the back of Steve Scooby, is going to have to throw himself in the pits. Otherwise he won't make it to the end of the race. Oh, he's just run himself a little bit wide there, managed to keep it just on track. So rear wheel then, still holding P1. 11.5 minutes left of this race. Still plenty of work to do if he's going to fend off the 3 guys behind him. Jarv 72, Dizzy and Raoul Siembaba, all 4 of these, and was Bigles Kun were in a great big fight. Possibly Chris B, possibly. Dizzy and Jarv, well, let's have a look. 11 minutes left. Dizzy's just been done by Raoul though. Is he holding just over a quarter of a tank? Maybe. We'll have to see. Maybe they thought they could do a bit of fuel saving using the tow. Definitely don't want to get dropped if you're doing fuel saving, that's for sure. You definitely won't get back into the fight. So still all kicking off at the front here then. Rear wheel 72 still holding P1. Jarv in 2nd. Under some serious pressure now from Raoul. Raoul's literally pushing him down the track, dragging the paint off his rear bumper. So Raoul looking to make a move onto Jarv into the first turn. Jarv's wise to that, keeps that line into the hairpin. But Dizzy's made an absolute blinder. He's gone for a right old dive down the inside of Raoul. I don't think Raoul saw that one coming at all. He's had to put the hammer down to keep Dizzy behind him, and he has done. So lucky there, Raoul. Dizzy came out of absolutely nowhere and dived down your inside. You had to do everything you could. So still holding P3 then for Raoul. Dizzy in P4. So around this last corner, we'll see if he does that again. Don Dotter in 5th. So 8 seconds back from Don. So Dizzy's just dropped off the back of that little fight, but that won't matter. But this, as I say, with this tow, Raoul's now making a move into 2nd place. He did chuck him up into 1st for a split second there, but he's managed to just keep it clean enough not to knock rear wheel 72 off the track. So rear wheel 72 still in 1st place. Jarv 72 in 2nd. Raoul now back down into 3rd. Dizzy still back on this fight, half a second back from Raoul. Don Dotter has closed that gap a little bit, 7.3 seconds, but Bigles comes right back on the fight. He has got past Scraffinator now, so up into 6th for Bigles. And looking to take the Don Dotter as soon as possible. Oh, Scraffinator making a move down the inside of Bigles. That was a brave one there, Scraff. Made the play stick, but I don't think he'll be able to fend off Bigles Kun down here with this toe. He's looking to, oh no, I thought he was looking to make the move down the inside there, but Bigles Kun then keeping that 6th place. He's still not lost much time to Don Dotter either, so unfortunately Steve Scooby's left the group now as well. I don't know what's happened to Steve. West Ham does, he's sticking with it, 8th place for him at the minute. And I do say this to people, you know, regardless of how your race is going, regardless if you're racing on your own, stick with it. West Ham does is sticking with it. He's gone from whatever position he was, and if he was 10th, well, he's now in 8th. That's more points than what he was getting in 10th. So, yeah, stick with it. So these guys not far off lapping him. So Raoul's back up into P1. Jarv in P2. Rear wheel 72 just getting the wheels on the grass, then up into 3rd place for rear wheel. Dizzy just looking to get back into this fight. He was dropped off by about a second, but he's closing that gap a little bit. So rear wheel 72 looking to make a move. And Jarv both looking to get a bit of a toe, make a move down the inside of Raoul. Raoul's wise to that. So just diving over to the inside of the track there just to stop Jarv from getting in tow. So P1 then for Raoul. There's been some close racing between these four. Jarv 72 in 2nd, rear wheel 3rd, then Dizzy's still currently holding that 4th place. Let me have a look for some fastest laps for you people. Big Les is currently holding fastest lap of the race with a 47.3. Raoul is on a 47.9. Jarv, his fastest lap is not on screen there. Ooh, where we got 47.8 for him as his fastest. Not bad considering you've been fighting out with these boys pretty much all race. 72, his fastest time of 48.3, is it? Yeah, oh, sorry, 48.1 there, just been pushed off screen. So Scraffinator getting back into the fight, about to be done by Dom Dotter and Big Les. So he's taken that place back off of Big Les. And Big Les under some pressure from Dom Dotter now as well. Managed to get past Dom Dotter, but Scraffinator obviously seeing a bit of an opportunity in making that move. So back up to 5th then for the Scraff. 6th place for Big Les Kuhn and Dom Dotter in 7th. West Ham Daz, as I say, has a race pretty much all of his own, but he's sticking with it nonetheless. So broken up a little bit here. Raoul and Jarv have now broken away a little bit from Dizzy and rear wheel 72. 1.5 second gap between the two pairs now. So just a little bit less to worry about for each set of drivers. If you've only got one driver to worry about and not 3, it makes it a little less stressful. Still nothing in it between these guys. 72 looking to make another move down the inside. So yeah, just dropped off Dizzy a little bit more, 2 seconds back for Dizzy and Chris B, you might be right. Dizzy's pretty much, he's into the red already. We've got 4 minutes left in this race. Rear wheel 72 might be in exactly the same boat, so he's got even less fuel than Dizzy. Big Les Kuhn, he's got past Scraffinator and Dom Dotter. Dom Dotter's got past Scraffinator as well, up into 6th then for Dom Dotter, but just under some pressure from Scraffinator now, going around that hairpin, keeping the place. So 6th place for Don, 7th place for Scraff. And Big Les Kuhn, if he's played his cards right, he's got plenty of fuel on board. And if Dizzy and rear wheel are fuel saving, which it looks like they might be. You can see the 3 guys behind Dom Dotter, Big Les Kuhn and Scraffinator not that far back off these two now, 4.5 seconds that gap. Oh, so Big Les Kuhn looks like he and Dom Dotter have had a coming together. So no longer looking to chase down Dizzy and Jarv then. That's unfortunate. Rear wheel 72. It's just allowed Scraffinator to disappear up the road. So he's got a 4 second, 5 second gap either side of him. track should be clear to the end of the race, really. So just make sure I'm not missing anything up here. Ralph comfortably in first, half a second gap over Jarv 72 in second place. So here we go, rear wheel 72 and Dizzy both in the pits then. Don Dotter, he might take that place. Yeah, it was looking pretty good, Sean, it was looking pretty good. So Don has also Dizzy and rear wheel have just dived in for a little bit of fuel to get through the last couple of laps. Managed to keep their places. Lucky boys. Scraffinators managed to get through all that though. So up into third for the Scraff. For all the bumping and the barging, he's done pretty well out into this race so far. With only 2 minutes 15 seconds left on the clock. That's like 3 laps. As long as he can keep it together for that long. He's played a bit of a blinder. I mean, it was kind of handed to him through the chaos. Those guys running away with it, getting enfield with it, and Dizzy and Jarv having to get names all wrong. Dizzy and rear wheel having to pit. That's just allowed him to sneak through. Third place at the minute for Scraff. So it's still not over between Raoul and Jarv. Less than half a second. Oh, so a little bit of contact between Jarv and Raoul, but Jarv just doing the right thing and backing off, let Raoul keep that place. Fortunately, that's allowed him to break away from him a little bit. I've got West Ham Daz in the background, but that's not a fight that these two are in. So I would hope that West Ham Daz just stays out of the way, which he has done. Oh, Jarv 72 just not paying attention, I don't think. Oh, he's out of fuel as well. He's out of fuel, Jarv 72. That's his race over. Oh no, what a nightmare, Jarv. So Raoul Baba then, he's got as many minutes up the road as he needs now. He's in the clear. Just gaining time, hand over fist. Jarv just ticking over at the side. Oh, what a shame. What an absolute shame. So Dizzy, where have you come from, Diz? Stormed through back into second. Scraffinator's not having that. He's taking the inside line, taking that place off of Diz. We've got 30 seconds left. They will get one more lap out of this, so it's still on. Wow, might even get another lap after that. So Scraffinator keeping that P2. Will Dizzy make the move around the outside into P1, into the hairpin here? Not able to do it. Scraffinator keeping P2 at the minute. He's putting him under some serious pressure though. Let's keep it clean, boys. Last lap. We've got people watching. So doing everything he can then, Diz, to take that place side by side through there. Oh, it's compromised him. That's going to allow Scraff just to disappear. Real 72 is going to sneak past him as well. So unfortunate for Diz. Raoul Baba has finished the race now. First place for him. Good fight for Raoul. So Scraffinator coming home to take second place then after all that. Looks like we're going to get a handbrake. Oh no, just a bit of a weave. Oh, a handbrake from Diz, thank you. So rear wheel 72 in third place, Dizzy in fourth, Don Dotter in fifth, Big Les Kun in sixth, Jarv 72 in seventh, because he ran out of fuel. What a nightmare. West Ham Daz in eighth, and I believe it's Baggy Snails in ninth. Oh, sorry, Steve Scooby in ninth, Baggy Snails in 10th. So we did have a... Oh, looks like we've got some glitching in the lobby right at the end. So yes, some good racing from the P1 Mazda boys. Exactly that, Sean Daniels. Yes, great racing, boys. Unfortunate there was one or two little incidents, but for the most part, I mean, what did they do? 50 flipping laps or something ridiculous? Where do I find that stuff out? Here we go. 37 laps they did. Is that right? Oh no, that's lap 37. I don't even know how to work this thing up. I'm coming out before I make myself look like an idiot. They did lots of laps anyway, and the majority of it was redonkulously clean. Redonkulously clean. One or two incidents, like I say, but you do get that in racing. So this is the Thursday P1 Mazda Touring Car League. There is a Sunday league as well, just due to the fact that some people couldn't race Thursday, some people couldn't race Sundays, so they split the lobbies. And if you come and check on Sunday night, some of these, you might see one or two of these drivers in the Sunday league as well. But that's going to be pretty much it for this stream. I'll put links in the description below to P1 Racing. I'm back tomorrow night for SWEARY Friday, so if you've not checked these out already, it's me behind the wheel, and obviously when I'm behind the wheel it's a little bit more emotional than when I'm sat here watching other people, so more of the swears come out. Alright, so just be prepared for that if you tune in tomorrow night. That starts at 9 o'clock. It'll be a 20-minute quali and then 2 half-an-hour races. Then I'm back Sunday for the Sunday lobby of the P1 Mazdas, the guys you've just seen tonight, but the Sunday boys. And then we're back Monday for NGR Minis. That's the Chewit Racing Mini Cooper Cup. Mid-season break is over for the NGR boys. So also next Wednesday we've got the return of the GT3 League. That's just finished its mid-season break as well. So that's me pretty much taken up again for every day of the week. So Mondays is Minis, Wednesdays is the GT3s, Thursdays is Mazdas, Fridays is me swearing, and Sundays is the Mazdas. So I pretty much get 2 days off and no time for practicing and stuff. But yeah, I hope you enjoyed it all. Scraff, woohoo! You played a blinder, mate, played a blinder. Yeah, good bit of racing. I thought at first I thought you were getting a bit cocky, not cocky, but you know, just getting a bit excited, like, and then you sort of slowly drop back a bit, and I thought, oh no, he's going to end up like just losing places and blah blah blah, and then kablam, second place, blam, out of nowhere. Good lad. Yeah, so to Chris B's point, it's just popped up on the PlayStation chat that Dizzy AL3 said I added 18 laps of fuel, but when I came out it said he'd only got 50. That's a bit of a shame. Don Dotter, no problem mate, he's just saying thank you on the PlayStation chat. Baggy Snails as well, thank you, no problem. So yeah, you've got my itinerary, you've got my lineup, links in the description below to P1 boys. Again, come and check me out tomorrow night, but put the kids in bed first. Obviously it's after the watershed, so I'm legal, I can do that. But if you play it Saturday morning, then you're not legal and you'll get arrested. I can do what I want. So that's it. Stream's pretty much going to be over. Back tomorrow night for SWEARY. Sunday night for the other lobby of the Mazdas, Monday night Minis, and then Wednesdays for the GR3 or the GT3. My name's Darksmoka. I'm out.